A lot of you guys know that several months for the year, there's lots of cancer awareness going on. In September, one of the cancers that is focused on is childhood cancer. And this morning, we're gonna have a chat in a little while with one of the resident musicians behind a foundation, the Just Because Foundation, in support of Siobhan and Noel Joseph, whose child had cancer, and they started this foundation as a result of that. Let's get some more information and check this out. When we come back, we're going to start with the performance. Stay tuned.
Hi, I am David Frank, and for the entire month of September, I am supporting the Just Because Foundation in their efforts to bring greater awareness of childhood cancer in Trinidad and Tobago. Join me. Let's make this a September to remember.
Joining us on set, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Frank, to give us a version of Roger George's These Are the Days. David Frank, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, David. Good job. So, David, how long have you been playing violin?
This is roughly 16 years.
16 years.
Yes.
We could hear that. We could hear the experience inside them tunes when you started to make it cry and all kind of things.
Exactly.
I appreciate that. Tell me a little bit about the work that you've been doing to support children with cancer.
Now, I'll give you the background story because, sometimes it is hard to highlight the good things that people do, And I remember when I had a performance and Siobhan and Noel was there and they were talking about the son who died from cancer. And that same night when I was going home, I ended up getting robbed.
Oh no.
Right, and we had this, we had a talk about doing a performance in one of their events because they have different events that they will have for the children. And when we spoke on the phone, because I didn't have my phone, so eventually when we get in contact with each other, and I told her what happened, she was super concerned, more concerned than I was expecting. And right away she was like, you know what? Here's what, we will buy another violin.
Oh wait, you got robbed of your violin?
Yeah, sad, right? My instrument, phone, it was real sad. It was a really, really sad moment. I didn't expect them to take the instrument.
There used to be a code, there used to be an unwritten code that if you see a musician, you leave a musician alone.
Right.
Do better, Trinidad and Tobago.
Very sad.
Do better. Cheese and ages. But I guess if it could happen to Cass, it could happen to anybody.
Whoa.
So, but they didn't take his instrument, thank God.
Right, right.
But David, I also understand that you work at the hospital.
Yes.
Which
Montauk
hospital?
Women's Hospital.
At the Women's Hospital?
Right.
How have things been? You're basically a frontline worker. How's life?
It's busy. It's super busy. The hospital's really, you'll see an increase in samples and different things coming through, patients coming through more than before. Because now they have to deal with the regular and then the extras.
Yeah.
So, even wearing masks and gongs and shields and all these things could sort of slow you down, and you
in
feel
terms of your
extra
response
tired.
time?
Right. And then you're going to be still feeling more tired than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to get up and come and do it again the next day.
was the energy like among your co-workers?
They're doing it for years, longer than I am.
Right.
They had the same complaints, but everybody doing as much as they can. I could tell you that. So
how you just feel when you hear people talking in the streets about all kind of things that they read online on Google and they're saying and doubting that this thing is even real?
Now, I always say that everybody have their own experiences and reality. Reality might seem different to everybody, but I feel because of how we separated, not having face-to-face dialogue, it sort of amplify your thought.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel that your thought is the only thought and is the only way, and everybody should just go that way. That's my experience with people,
Yeah.
And then when you meet them and they actually have a conversation, they start bending a little bit more.
Because they expand what they know.
Right, and just the face-to-face interaction, let's do something to conversation, the context of conversation, I should say, So I guess that's important.
Yeah, it is important, but I it's also important for us to realize that there are people who are really going through these situations. There are real families who've lost members of their family to this virus inside this pandemic, and there are people who have to get up every day and leave their families to go to work to take care of the people who may be sick or falling ill on a daily basis as a result of this virus. What message would you give to the people of Trinidad and Tobago this morning, sir? As both a healthcare worker and as a musician.
I believe in the power of music, to be honest. I believe in pushing love, and I believe in eating well, sleeping, drinking water, lots of water. Your health is really, you don't want to wait till you reach a hospital. Mm-hmm. You kind of want to take that from the front, I would always say eat as well as you can, drink a lot of water and try to get rest. Them is the important things. And you don't have to do much to get that done.
Yeah.
After that, I would tell people just be aware, be conscious of your surrounding, always wash your hands, follow the protocols, and just be safe. That's as much as you could do.
And I thank you very much for sharing that information with us. Ladies and gentlemen, David Frank, violinist. David, just stick around a little bit. We'll close up the show in a bit, and I want you to give us a little more Roger George to get to the top of the hour. But Ria, I think this is where our time comes to an end for today.
It has, and I'm longing to hear the violin because it was just so soothing just now. I loved it.
Yes. Natalie, were you able to take any performance?
Of course, of course. That was their kind of rocking out to it. I was like, well, yeah, he can play. And you know how I love people who are great at what they do, because sometimes you'll be in some precarious situations, boy.
Yeah.
You like the song, but you're on TV, so you have to be like, oh, it's nice. No, he's not nice. He's really, really, really good.
All right. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you to make a difference today now, because together we aspire.
Together we achieve.
There we go.
Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. David,
Everyone.
if you don't mind, take us out now, please. Please and thanks. See you guys tomorrow, God's willing. David Frank.